Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Giri. In this video, we are actually going to talk about one of the security feature that is available on web browsers, that is CORS policy. You might have heard this term many times, but you don't know what exactly does this do, right? So its full form says that it's cross-origin resource sharing. So as the full form only suggests that it has something to do with resource sharing between different origins. Origin here I mean by domains actually. So now let's look at its definition to understand a little bit more. So it's a security feature that is developed for the sake of browsers to prevent any of the unauthorized requests that happen to a different domains. So let's say I'm in origin A, and then if I'm trying to any of the resources that are existing in my origin, then I will be able to do that. But if there is another origin B, if I want to access any of the resource from there, then that is where CORS comes into the picture. So this policy is going to tell like whether I can get to that resource or whether I'm not allowed to get that resource. So this is what it's going to do, right? So now let's take a real life example so that this can be understood even better. Okay, now let's say we have two places. Let's say we have India here, we have London, and let's say a guy is present in India, and then he is having earphones which he wants to send to his wife in London. So there should be a female person in London. Now she's having an analog watch with her which she wants to send to his husband in India. So if these two persons wants to exchange any of the resources or access any of the resources from other country, so who is going to come into picture? So that is where our customs officer is going to come into picture. So this guy is nothing but replica of our CORS, right? So now the husband will say that, hey officer, can I get the watch sent from my wife in London? So now once he asks this, the customs officer is going to validate all the proper documents, and he's going to check whether this watch, right side watch, is having a two address of this person, and he's also going to check something like this. The main criteria is nothing but is India trusted in the list of is in the trusted list of London. That is what he's going to do, all that. So he will validate everything. Once he does everything, now he's going to say something, of course I will let you get your watch, man. So now the watch can be transferred, which means like I am able to access a resource from London to India because India is in the trusted list of London, right? Now let's look at the other scenario. Now this woman says, hey officer, I need to collect my headphones sent from my husband from India. Now this officer is going to perform the same checks. Now he's going to check whether London is in the trusted list of India, right? Because London is trying to access India. So is London trusted list of India? If so, he's going to say, but now he's going to reply saying that he will process everything, and then now he says something like, sorry ma'am, London isn't trusted by India, so we won't be able to get it. So which means like we were able to allow the products from London to India, but not from India to London because London is not in the trusted list of India, right? So let's look at the same scenario in a website perspective. Let's say we have two different origin 1 and origin 2. Now origin 1 wants to access a resource from origin 2. Now if this is the case, what should be the thing? The origin 2 will have trusted list, right? So in that trusted list, do I have origin 1? If so, I'm going to give the resource to origin 1. If not, I'm not going to give. For this, there is a header, response header, that is what we call it for CORS, access control allow origin. This has to be set to a value of origin 1. If it is so, then it is going to allow origin 1 to get this resource, right? So you might be wondering, what is this, where do we use it, right? So this is how whenever you make any request, right, these are different headers that are present. If you see here in the response header, we have something called as access control allow origin. So currently we have a star here. We'll see what that means. But if it is having origin1.com or the star, then it is going to allow to get that resource, right? So let's look at what are the different values that can be set to this access control allow origin, right? So if the star is present for it, then it is going to allow all the requests to get the resource. And if it is having only particular one domain here, then it is going to allow only from one domain. If it is having a null, then it's not going to allow. Basically this putting a value of null to access control origin is not recommended. I hope you got the whole idea of CORS now. Now, as we saw all the theory that is related to CORS, let's look at the code implementation of how we can implement this CORS policy. How can I'll show you a demo of how this works without CORS and with CORS. How do we enable CORS as well, right? So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.